Hello, everyone. Welcome to the SavvyCast. This is Jamie, and I'm thrilled that you're back with me, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast. Today is going to be a short episode, and I just want to share a little bit about my finally complete baker's pantry. Now, I call it a baker's pantry, and those of you who follow me on Instagram, you know that my current obsession and just sort of my constant process of learning is bread. I'm baking a lot of bread, so that is what inspired my desire to build out a pantry that's primarily used for baking, but it could be any kind of pantry for those of you who may have other interests. But I think that this is something that if you cook at all or if you entertain at all, it can be a game changer. So I'm just briefly going to share what's in mine and how I use it and how it has made my cooking and entertaining so much simpler. And as always, feel free to email me. I am going to be doing a blog post about the pantry, as well as one about my master bath. I've done one about my kitchen because we totally redid our kitchen and our master bath. And then this baker's pantry has been our last project. I always share anything. I share colors, I share hardware, I share anything at all. I'm going to go ahead and share something that I get asked almost every day on DMs or whatever. And it is something that's in the butler's pantry, and that is the paint color, because we basically mirrored everything that is in the kitchen as far as colors, cabinetry. It's in the baker's pantry, so they're coordinated. It's like an extension. Our wall color, and this is for the whole house. Our whole house, including cabinets, is Origami white. And I believe that's Sherman-Williams. It's just a great clean white. It's neutral. It's just a really good white. My kitchen island that I'm sitting at right now, it is painted Monorail silver. And I believe that's also Sherwin-Williams. And it is just a really nice, soft blue with some gray undertones. And we took the Monorail silver into the baker's pantry. So we put that on all the cabinets. Now, let me just tell you a little bit about the baker's pantry. I basically did not have anything other than my kitchen storage. When you walked around this corner where I'm looking right now at my baker's pantry, there was just one long hallway. It was just a hallway with two doors that you opened, and there was just like a little bit of storage. And guys, it was maddening. It would not hold much of anything. But I don't have a creative mind, and I thought, well, I'm just going to get someone to help me reorganize and maybe knock out some of this wall and expand this pantry, make it a little wider, maybe make it a little taller. Well, long story short, our sweet friend who was in our small group forever, she's an interior designer, Emily Rivers. She's fabulous. She and her husband Porter came over one day to look at it, and I said, Emily, tell me what to do with this pantry. How can I maximize my space? In about 3 minutes or less, she said, Jamie, you have this long hallway. You could have so much more. You can have a room instead of this 2-door closet. You can have a room because you have all this space. So she did a CAD drawing. She designed what is now about probably a 6x8, 6x9 foot space that I never dreamed. I never in a million years would have thought that. So now it's a shorter hallway. We knocked out a pony wall that was in that made it a hallway. And we just did a few other things that opened up the house, gave us the pantry, and we just love it. So I want to tell you all, if you're thinking about any type of project like this, I want to tell you all the top 3 reasons that I love this Baker's Pantry. We made, and I'll share pictures on the blog post on the show notes, but we made it like a little bitty space that looks like the kitchen. So we have a full countertop that goes all the way on one side, all the way on the back. I don't know what I would do without that, because the way I use that is for my larger appliances that I want to use and that I do use, but that I was having to hide under the cabinetry, under the island, pull them out, put them back, because they're not the appliances that I would want out, because you want your kitchen to look clean and neat. I'm looking right now. I have a grain mill, a Nutrimil grain mill. I have a Bosch mixer that I use to make my bread. I have my air fryer. I've got my Ninja Creamy. Friends, I have been using all of those things like several days a week. Zane is so excited about the Ninja Creamy protein ice cream that I've been making. And guys, I'm just going to tell you this, and I feel like I'm pretty correct on this. If you do not have a place for something like a Ninja Creamy, don't buy one, because you're not going to use it. It's too much trouble to walk outside to outside storage, or because it's heavy. You don't want to move it around. So that I've got it in a corner right there, and it's easy to access. That is one of the biggest reasons, if you want to use certain appliances that you don't want to keep out in your main kitchen, a pantry with a countertop. Now, a lot of walk-in pantries just have like wall storage. I would highly recommend mimic your kitchen and put your stone down. I put marble in there and I love it. You can find a very reasonably priced marble. I've got like a little mini kitchen. So above the countertop where I have all the appliances, I have open shelving, and you can adjust the shelving. I love that. And I've got things that I want easily accessible. I don't want kitchen canisters in my kitchen. I don't care if they're glass, Mackenzie Childs. I don't want that clutter. I don't like clutter in my main kitchen. I like for it to be clean. But I am constantly reaching for flour, wheat berries, sugar, brown sugar when I'm baking. All of that is right there on a shelf within easy reach. So when I'm baking, I walk in there, get the canister, bring it in, and when I'm done, put it back. I used to have canisters on my countertop in the kitchen, and I just always felt like it was cluttered. That portion of the baker's pantry, the open shelving, that is where I keep things like extra oils and vinegars, bone broth, things that I use a lot that I want within easy reach, but I don't have space for in my kitchen. Countertop is the first, and then the open shelving. And then underneath the counter, the marble countertop, it's okay. On one side, it's drawer storage, which I love that. We made a snack drawer where we've got all of our meat sticks. We've got all of the add-ins that I put in my Ninja Creamy. We've just got a good snack drawer, open chips, that kind of thing that, you reach for a lot, but you don't really want in your kitchen. So we have a snack drawer. I've got a drawer for all of my residual spices that I don't use as often. I've got some of my gadgets. I've got all of my Ninja Creamy containers, things that I need in that room to do the things I'm doing in that room, like make my protein ice cream or do my bread grinding. So that is under the cabinet drawer storage. I used the same pulls on those drawers that are in the kitchen, the knurled pulls. I don't have knobs, I have pulls. So it looks just like it flows. Okay, on the other side, like when you walk into the baker's pantry, that is where, and it looks like drawers because it's panel ready appliances. So you don't know that it's not a drawer, but I have an ice machine, like an ice maker machine, like a nice one. And then I have a 2-drawer, and it looks just like 2 drawers on top of each other, refrigerator drawers. I was a little bit afraid in the beginning that I might feel like I wasted that space. I cannot tell you how I'm so grateful that I did both of those. We entertain, as you know, a lot, especially during fall, small group from church every week. We just have a lot of people over. I do not know how I lived without that ice maker, and I'll tell you who to thank for that, who I thank for that. My dear friend Marie Marino was over. She was looking at the space. We were still building it out. And she said, Jamie, do you have an ice machine? I said, no. She said, oh my goodness, girl, you need to put an ice machine in here. And she's so funny. She said, I have 2 ice machines and I need another one. I'm still sending EJ to get ice when we have parties. And guys, that is the truth. I use almost every bit of ice in that ice machine every day or two. One reason, now it's in the summer, it's hot. I put gobs of ice in every bowl, water bowl that Tucker has. And he has one in the back, one in the front. He's got 2 bowls in the house. And I keep ice in it because he'll drink his water more. Zane's always getting ice. I'm always getting ice. So we go through like 1 round of that ice every day. And then when we've got company, it's awesome to just fill everybody's glasses in there. And it's so easy. So I love my ice machine. Now, I will say, and if any of you have a solution to this, please reach out and let me know. The only thing I don't like about the ice, I have a KitchenAid, and I think it's just sort of the normal one. It's just the square ice. But guys, it's not, it doesn't get like rock hard. It's a little bit wettish or a little soft. That's the only thing, and it melts quickly. If any of you have any tips, please let me know, and then I'll share it with everyone else. Okay, so now the refrigerator drawers to the left of the ice maker. Oh my goodness, guys, I never knew how much I would use the refrigerator drawers. The top one, I keep, and I've got a lot of different starters. Now that I'm doing different grains, different wheat berries, and making starters for the different ones, I probably got 5 containers of starter. They were driving me crazy in my refrigerator in the kitchen. Now they are in the top drawer. I have, when I come in with a lot of produce, maybe for a party, I'm going to make some salads and I don't have room in this fridge, I'll put the produce in one of those drawers. We put all canned drinks in one of those refrigerator drawers. I put extra iced coffee. I at least have 1 extra iced coffee in those drawers, and I keep the other in the basement refrigerator. It is just so wonderful. Oh, and sometimes when I come in and I've got a lot of meat that I'm going to cook later or deal with later, but I don't have room in that fridge, I'll just throw the meat in the refrigerator drawer where it'll stay cold until I get to it. So I love it, love it, love it. So 2 things, and then that will be it for the Baker's Pantry. And you can always send questions, guys. Always, always, always reach out. And many of you do, and I'm always excited to hear from you. But one thing that we did to make this sort of a seamless part of the kitchen is we put a conceal door. So when the door is shut, it looks like a wall. So you just push it in, and then you see the pantry. So that's really novel, and we love it. And then my wonderful electrician made it where when you walk in, the lights come on, and you can set them to stay on however long you want, and they'll turn off at your choosing. And then he also did under cabinet lighting that's really soft and it's illuminating, and it's really nice to have that on when you don't want to have the whole pantry lit. So we love that as well. And I put a little cozy rug in there. And guys, I just love it. I'm very grateful that my husband did that for me. It was a wonderful gift. So if any of you are doing a remodel or you're building and you want any ideas from my project, all of this will be in the show notes, and I hope it was helpful. I appreciate you all so much. And until next time, you have a fabulous rest of your day. Hi, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the SavvyCast. If you'll take the time to rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes, that would mean so much. As always, thank you for listening, and have a blessed day.